I'm going to make an organic weed killer. Thanks to my YouTube subscribers for the advice on this. I've got a $11 weed sprayer from Harbor Freight. They say about a tablespoon or two of Dawn, actually happens to be what I have. Dish soap works best. Oops, I don't want to take the pump off. I gotta take the top off. Never used this pump before, so. Okay, that was really on there. I had to really take some strength to pull it off. So, shouldn't be working in the dirt here. A couple tablespoons of Dawn dish soap, measured precisely, and plain white vinegar. I think I've got a gallon here, just a gallon of vinegar. Now the vinegar is the actual effective weed killer, and the dish soap is going to act as a sticky substance. It's going to hold the vinegar onto the leaves of the plant, so that the vinegar can do its job and dry out the plant to kill it. That's the theory. I've never done this before, so we're going to find out. This video is going to take about 2 to 3 days for me to make, because today I'm going to spray, and then we'll follow the progress of the weeds through the following days here. So, I'll put this together and get it pumped up, and we'll head off into the garden and spray our weeds. All this grass here at the edge of my garden is a problem for me, so I've got my sprayer pumped up and ready to go. So I'm just going to spray this. I have to be careful because over here I have a grape that I want to save, but right over here I want to kill these plants off, all these weeds. I have an electric fence here outside my garden to protect my chickens and to protect my garden from predators. So I have to make sure the fence doesn't get touched by the weeds, and I want to keep the border here clean for my garden. Now this is an organic and safe pesticide, or weed killer I should say, according to my studies and what people on YouTube have told me. So I'm going to continue spraying this whole garden here, all along the edges, with my organic weed killer, and we'll come back in a day or so and see how this works out. I just sprayed around the perimeter of my electric fence all the way around, the one that surrounded my garden and my chickens, because the weeds were growing up around the weed barrier, which I wasn't yet done putting down. Had a lot of rain and warm weather, so it's really growing fast and heavy. So we'll see how it goes. I just did a strip all along the edge, inside and out, and then I also went inside the garden and did all of that. I had enough from 1 gallon of vinegar to go all the way around the whole perimeter of the garden. That's a 100-foot, or it's a 50-foot, let me see, 100-foot long by 50-foot wide. And I had enough to do the inside edge and I did 2 rows down the middle on my walkways that was getting grown over on me. So we'll see in a couple days how that works out, and I'll bring the camera back out once this grass starts to die off, and we'll see what effect this organic weed killer will have on these wild weeds and grasses growing here. This stuff is fast acting. I'm quite surprised, really surprised. This is 30 minutes later. I don't even think, I won't say any names, but I don't think the commercial killers are that good. Look at that. This is just 30 minutes after spraying. The clover especially has died rapidly. It's funny that the edible type plants like clover, and I saw some plantain shriveled up, are the ones that die quicker. I also saw, here's some sorrel already turning brown. Look at that. It's already turning brown. That is some fast acting stuff. I'm quite impressed. Now there's a strawberry turning brown. Already looks like it's dried up for days. This is impressive. Oh, here's some plantain. Look at how it's shriveled and curling and drying right up. Grass, I think is that grass? Yeah, that's grass. Turning brown and shriveling up. This is good stuff. Quite impressed. I'll come back out here a little while later. This is 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes after spraying this stuff. Vinegar and dish soap. Nothing else. Organic weed killer. So I'll come back here in a while and see how it looks. Here's the vegetation I sprayed with the organic weed killer yesterday. Just vinegar and dish soap. It's pretty dead. Now, just in comparison, here I did not spray. See how green it is? Tall grasses, green weeds. Over here, completely dead and brown. Even the grass has died overnight. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now over here, come down here a ways, past my desert garden. Now here in the corner I sprayed, some of the grasses are still a little bit green. But just for comparison, this is all pretty much brown and dead. And then right here is what it looked like before. Dense, thick green vegetation. So here I had a little bit of vinegar water mix left over, and you can see where I sprayed. You can see the edge of where I started spraying right there, where it's turning brown and dry. So the stuff works. It really works. We'll check back in another day and see how much is killed off. Now this is I think 5 or 6 days after I sprayed. You can see where I sprayed, this gap here. You can see where I sprayed with the organic weed killer. And you can see how green it is on each side of it, obviously. But if you look close, you can see the green is coming back. So it's not a permanent solution. I didn't spray anything in here. Just want to take you over to where I did spray heavily. I didn't spray anything here. Now here, you can see a lot of brown and dead yet. But you can see the green is coming up. It's regrowing, so at best you have 3-4 days of dead stuff before it regrows. Here it's recovering pretty well back in this section. Here's a good spot. Now here I didn't spray anything. All nice and green and lush. And here you see a lot of brown. But again, you see there's a lot of new growth coming up. So you've got a good 3-4 days, and then you can do it over again. After 5-6 days it looks like this, so you can do it all over again. So it's not a really good permanent solution. It's expensive too, at $1.79 a gallon.